All right, so we were hiking out to that shell mound and we stumbled across an old well, which meant there was a home site nearby, and Nick was quick to find it. There's a big depression in the ground. Hard to make out. There are still a few foundation stones, but back then people were robbing stones for new houses, so they could have taken them all. But there's definitely a depression in the house. There's iron around it, swinging around down there. I got a high tone. Didn't have my hopes up because I've been digging high tones all day. And I popped a copper. A Northern Maine copper. Alright guys, this is crazy. So I'm assuming that this is going to end up being a virgin cellar hole that we accidentally stumbled upon while taking a hike out to the coastline to look at an Indian shell mound. And I just popped myself a second copper. Alright, Nick just got the fourth copper of the day. Oh yeah. Alright guys, welcome back to Mason Merck Metal Detecting. I still am way up in Maine, about 5.5 hours north of where I live. Got invited by my friend Nick from Relics 207 on YouTube. Make sure you guys check out his channel. He finds all kinds of cool stuff. Knows a lot about Native American history and artifacts and lots of stuff I don't know. Been learning a lot from his channel myself, so make sure you guys check him out. But he's invited me to a couple of his permissions today. We got an old, what was it, 1841 farmhouse behind the camera. I'm not going to show it for the privacy of the homeowner, but we're doing a field across the street. We have permission to do around the house, to get a bottle dump out back. So we're going to explore this property a little bit and see what kind of history we can bring to you. All right, stay tuned. Yeah. All right guys, just got a pretty cool dig in this plug here. Thought it was going to be something epic, but it's an old car, 1999. It is a Mattel Turbulence. Never heard of that vehicle before. I'm sure it's some sci-fi futuristic made up vehicle, but that's cool. And I have already hit for the cycle with a quarter, dime, nickel, and penny. All right, hopefully we can get on something better. Nick's over there digging something. And that big hole there, a big old piece of brass, a old spigot. All the way down here by the water. All right, finally found a little bit older coin. Got myself a wheat penny. It was ringing off 70, so I thought it was gonna be something better, but we'll take a wheatie. I'm not going to get a date off it here, but there looks like there is one under that dust. All right, and Nick just got himself a brass ship spike or something. I'll take a look at that later. That sounds cool. And just got myself another wheatie. All right, looks like it says 1940 something. So where's the Merc dimes? I'll take a silver Roosevelt too. All right, still in that same area. I just got my third wheat penny. But I'm not getting a date off that one, but another wheatie. All right, that hole right there. Got ourselves a little pistol ball. Finally something old. In perfect shape, so it was never fired. It was dropped. Oh, you can even see the little sprue where they poured it into a mold. That's cool. That's old. I'll take that. All right, guys, I just got something really cool. It's not a precious metal. It looks like it's copper by the green or brass, but that is a crushed up old ring. Yeah, sorry, the camera turns off when it gets down to 30% battery. That's a beautiful ring, got some fancy design. Not sure if there would have been a stone on top, but we'll get a brush on that at some point. Cool, I'll take it. Alright, here's a better look at it. I got all the dirt, not all of it, but most of the dirt out of it. So that is a beautiful old crushed up ring. Alright, that's a cool find. I love finding rings. Nick found a ring too, but his is like one of those gumball machine copper rings for kids or something. But we both got a ring, and rings are fun to find, for sure. Alright, here is Nick's brass ship spike is what I'm guessing. Definitely, or not brass, probably bronze. That's cool, that's a good find, for sure, old. And then the property owner gifted him this bottle from trying to entice him to get into that bottle dump out back. It looks pretty cool, if anybody knows what type of bottle that's from. I'm guessing like some sort of sauce or something like that, I don't know. Cool. And then, oh yeah, his, what do you think, copper or brass?
I think it's, I don't know, looks maybe brass.
Yeah, you would think it was just a piece of cut pipe, but it's got some fancy design on it, so definitely a ring. Actually, it looks old too. Cool. Some good finds. All right, that hole there. Got myself an old rose tag, and this one says Shrub Knockout. Rad Raz. So we collect those. We got a few of them. They're all different. They're metal and they sound really good. Oh, this one's got a nice company on the back. Star Roses. Alright. Let's see what's next. Alright, property owner was kind enough to show Nick that he had an old bottle dump on his property. Nothing super spectacular yet, but we're just scratching the surface. There's lots of smalls. Lots of cleaning products. Listerine, Clorox, Dazzle. Nick did find one cool embossed bottle. He's got a couple of those small, could be amber poisons, but they're not labeled. But this one says Felton's New England Rum since 1819. That's pretty cool. Got a beautiful embossing on it. That's a keeper for sure. Alright guys, got my first spoonage of the day. I haven't dug a spoon in a while. I used to dig like 5 spoons a day for like 2 months straight, it seems. Now I've gone a while without getting one, but here's a beautiful one. Some nice wheat leaves on it. Not sure what it says on the back here. Probably something about it being plated. I don't know, I can't read it here. But got some spoonage right out of the bottle dump. Alright guys, Nick was just digging out the dump and he made an epic find. Check out the condition of this Yale padlock, and not only that, the spring's still intact. It still has the, oh, it's an early one. It's the Yale in Town Manufacturers Company. It says it right on the padlock part, but the Yale's perfectly, and it's got a skeleton keyhole. That is an awesome relic. Congratulations. Nice find.
Awesome. Yeah.
Alright guys, we thought we were going to go back to metal detecting, but we found the older part of the dump. And right on the surface, Nick got himself a couple good finds right off the bat. And I just found a Father John's medicine out of Lowell, Mass. This one's got a lot of embossing. It is broken, but I was trying to figure out where it's from. Oh, Ellsworth, Maine. And then this one is a beauty. Cobalt blue. There's a WMR Warner and Company, Philadelphia. That's cool. You see a mold team right down the side. Cool, some old stuff. Alright, just digging in this dump over here. I pulled out a ACL that is local to this area. Means nothing to me, but I guess Nick's been looking for one of these for a while. All the ACL is perfectly intact there. So it'll be a nice addition to his collection of local stuff. But it's a University Club Beverages, Dennis Bottling Company, Ellsworth, Maine. Cool. Alright, see what else we can find. And out of that plug there, got my second pistol ball. Another dropped, never fired. This one, I don't see the sprue on it, but still a pistol ball. I'll take it. And fighting through all those roots, I got myself my 4th wheat penny of the day. Another weedy. No date. Oh, 1956. Actually, perfect date. 1956D. Alright, Denver Mint. Alright guys, this stuff was not dug today, but this is a few of the epic finds that Nick has dug, and you can see some of the stuff on his channel. Raven Relics 207. So this is a solid piece of silver. It would have had like a stone. It would have been one of those neck button pieces that the ladies wore on their necks there. And there's another one right here, same kind of design, different shape. Another piece of silver. He actually has the matching silver knee buckle that I dug in the Drain Lake in New Hampshire. This thing is identical. Pretty much, it's only like maybe one tiny little discrepancy between the two, but it is for the most part the same exact buckle I dug 5.5 hours south from here. And it's another, and all this stuff predates the silver markings. Doesn't say 925, doesn't say sterling, has no markings whatsoever, but it is 100% silver. He got this piece of gold, which is amazing. Has a little fish hand engraved on it. Not sure what it would have been for, some sort of clip or something. But that's beautiful. Nice piece of old gold. And he has himself, and I guess he has 3 of these, but this is a counterfeit Spanish real. I can't really, you'd have to put like wax on it to bring the lettering out, but I can see it. The GoPro won't pick up on it, but hey, he has one spot where he dug a couple of fake counterfeit Spanish reals. This side you can see the shield. I'll take some pictures, put it up on the screen, but some epic finds. You want to see that stuff, go check out Nick's channel. Raven Relics 207. Alright, so this is the other pieces of that gold item that wow, that's incredible. I don't know if the camera's picking that up in the shadow. Can't even see the screen. Oh, I didn't just pop that out there.
No, that was...
It's got some beautiful, I'll just take some pictures. The GoPro doesn't do well picking that stuff up. Man, that is incredible. And it had I don't know if that's, I think it's glass, right?
I think so, yeah.
Glass stone, like little pieces fell off. And a sterling silver thimble. I think I got the same one.
Yeah?
Yeah, nice. That's a beautiful shape. Mine's not as shiny. But all right, I'll take some pictures. That's awesome. Good stuff. Thanks for sharing. All right, guys, I have relocated with Nick. We're gonna take a hike. We're gonna follow this old cart path out into the woods to what he calls a shell mound, an old Indian offering place with shells and stuff. Got a high tone in this cart path and just popped it out. I don't know if you can see that, but that is a whole entire pocket watch. I don't know if that's a rock, I guess. That is cool. The whole bezel, the backing. Looks like the guts are gone in the cover, but it's all there. A whole pocket watch. Cool. I'll take it. We're just walking around this cart path out to the shell mound, and we got a low tone, a 20. Thought it was going to be a button, but turns out it's a suspender clip. I will take that. Love digging suspender clips. I already have one this style at home, but I'll add this one to the collection. Alright, so we were hiking out to that shell mound, and we stumbled across an old well, which meant there was a home site nearby, and Nick was quick to find it. There's a big depression in the ground. Hard to make out. There are still a few foundation stones, but back then people were robbing stones for new houses, so they could have taken them all. But there's definitely a depression in the house. There's iron around it, swinging around down there. I got a high tone. Didn't have my hopes up because I've been digging high tones all day, and I popped a copper, a Northern Maine copper. Do not know. I don't have any of my alcohol spray. I see something. I don't know. Maybe I'll do the old nose sweat trick. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll get back with you guys if I figure it out, but it's a smoked out copper. There is like text right there, it looks like. This side's smoked. Alright, no idea. Alright, we gave it the old nose sweat trick, and we have ourselves a drape bust. I'll probably never be able to see a year, but at least I can see it's a drape bust large cent. Sweet, take it. The pottery?
Yeah, some sort of glass.
Oh, a nail.
Yeah.
That's alright. You gotta.
That's alright.
For those of you wondering why I'm recording, Nick just dug the epic find of the day. I thought he already had that lock earlier, then I got a copper and he had to outdo me again. Check out this Open Works shoe buckle, 1700s all day. That probably puts a date of the 1700s on my drape bust. They did go into the 1800s, yeah, but it's probably more in line with that shoe buckle now. That is beautiful.
That's what I was thinking. This cellar hole's gotta be a colonial cellar hole.
Wow, incredible. You must be pretty stoked about that.
That makes me happy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hope for this little foundation here.
Yeah, there you go. Congratulations, man.
Awesome, thank you.
Epic. All right, guys, this is crazy. So I'm assuming that this is going to end up being a virgin cellar hole we accidentally stumbled upon while taking a hike out to the coastline to look at an Indian shell mound. And I just popped myself a second copper. Same thing as the last one. It's smoked right now. I can't tell anything on it. Oh, I think I got a silhouette there. Hard to see. Whew. Yep. I'll give it the old pants rub. See if that makes a difference. Throw it back in the hole too. That thing's smoked. I'm probably never gonna know what that one is. I'll take it. All right, this is insane. So this was not even the same number as those other two coppers. It was a 53, which is like 20 VDI lower than those first two coppers. But the reason why is it's super thin. So I'm thinking that might be a British copper, but these things are so smoked. They're almost like crumbling. Yeah, I can feel the outer edge pieces flaking off as I rub it on my pants. No, another unknown copper, but that is my third copper of the last 40 minutes. Yes. All right, it's hard to make out, but there's the caved in well that we Nick saw the foundation stones right over here from the trail over there. So we walked over to look at it, saw a well. So then he just started wandering and quickly found the cellar hole that this well goes to. But thanks to that, well, I got 3 coppers and he has himself an open work shoe buckle frame. Talk about epic. Sweet. All right, Nick just got the 4th copper of the day. Oh yeah.
Wait, you think?
Jeez, wait a second here. That could be like a flow in here or something. Oh no, yeah, Drake bus. Yours might end up having a date. Look at, now you can see her face perfectly.
Oh yeah.
That's beautiful.
Sweet.
See if you get a wreath on the back. Oh, probably not. The back's smoked just like mine. No, but you can see her face perfectly. Beautiful.
I know.
And Nick with a Drake bus large cent. Heck yeah.
My first one.
Sweet. That's 4 coppers out of this spot. We've been here 45 minutes maybe.
Yeah, not yet.
Awesome.
Right on, awesome.
All right, so Nick and I believe we have stumbled upon a virgin cellar hole. There's just no signs of people swinging here. There's no iron sitting on top of stumps or stones or anything like that. We got 4 coppers and a open work shoe buckle frame already. And wouldn't you know it, I just dug a modern zipper pull. That is crazy. I dug that too. It wasn't on the surface, but it wasn't very deep, but that is mixed in with all this old colonial stuff. All right, I just dug about 5 of these in a row. 12 gauge, shotgun head stamps, Remington Express. Might be time to go check out the shell mound. I don't know if Nick's still digging epic stuff or not, but we'll find out. All right, we just popped out of the woods from that old cellar hole and well foundation there. And we're on the coastline here. We're gonna walk this coast now to what Nick calls the shell mound. We'll get a little more information on what that actually means when we get over there, if we find it. Stay tuned. All right, so what Nick says is this used to be the start of the shell mound. There's still lots of shells here, but he said it's all been eroded, nothing like it was before, but that the shells used to come from that point over there all the way to here. Just hundreds of, whatever, thousands, I don't know, maybe years of shells being placed here, I guess. We'll go up and look at some of that. There's tons of shells up there, but this is not the actual part he was taking me to. All right, yeah, so this is not it, but this is remnants of how far it used to come. He's saying over the years, lots of it has eroded out to the ocean, but there's just shells everywhere. He said from hundreds of thousands of years of people harvesting shells here. Native Americans harvesting shells. It's cool. All right, we'll see how impressive it is on the other side. All right, just like you guys always hear me say, I know nothing about Native American artifacts, but Nick is saying, would you say this was just a flake?
It's a flake, yeah, it's feldsite.
Feldsite flake, by the shape of it. So this was like snapped?
Yeah, yeah, they would have been flint napping that off of like a spall or off of a piece, and that would have just been one of the flakes.
You gonna keep that? You gonna keep that? You don't keep these? No? Got too many of them? All right.
They are artifacts.
Yeah. Cool.
Shell mound down on the Deer Muscata. The whale, they call it the whale's back.
Yeah. So these are all shells, and they're literally coming right out of the bank as it erodes. Native American shell mound. Never heard of it till I met Nick. So it's like thousands of years of shells, and then this ash from the burn on top, and then the soil and the grass growing out of it. And there's all kinds of stuff in these shells. There's mixed in bones. That stone that Nick told me that they work for their points and stuff. Little native flakes, all kinds of stuff. All right, see if I can find something. Probably not, but that's all right. I just enjoy hearing the history. So Nick is saying there's been a lot of erosion, a lot of those shells pulled out the ocean, but you can still see there's like a foot of shells underneath the soil. You can hit it with a shovel and the stuff just dumps out. And sometimes you find native flakes in it, which Nick just found this. What's this stone called again? What's that?
Feldsite?
Feldsite. Okay, feldsite. This is a flake, just like the other one. Pretty cool. I think it's cool. He was gonna leave it, so I'll take it. All right, just to show you the shell mound. So there it is, all the shells mixed into the ash. See if I can knock a Native American arrowhead out of this stuff, or I'll just create a soot storm. There it is, tons of shells. So that is your Native American shell mound. Not like he remembered it, but he hasn't been out here in years, and he said the erosion. I mean, you can see where all the shells are getting dragged out, but there's still couple feet of it under the bank here. Pretty cool. I think when these shells were harvested thousands of years ago, the whole beach is like this. I guess it used to be a lot better from what he says, but to me it's pretty impressive, thinking that all that's coming out of the bank and there's a couple feet of shells there. Alright, so Nick is sitting on top of the shell mound picking native flakes right out of it. Yep, it's cool. So that's a little piece, a little flake from stone napping, and you can see the little hit marks where it would chip off. Pretty cool. I think it is. Alright, Nick found something fascinating. He's pretty excited about. Oh yeah, wow.
I think it's an end scraper here. It is broken, but you can see where it's been worked all the way around.
That's so cool. I'll have to take a picture of it. Oh yeah, for sure. I don't even know anything about this stuff, but I can see it.
It's each individual flake there, and
wow.
they would have used that for scraping hides or...
That's incredible. So you're pretty excited about that find?
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Alright, I found this. Nick got pretty excited about it. He said it's native pottery. It's stood out like a sore thumb with obviously the lines. He's saying it's a design that they would have put on it. That's crazy. Alright, I'm going to have a nice little display with all this stuff. Alright, another one. But this is actually a point, Nick's saying. It's the back end. The point would have gone up here. It's broken off. That is cool. We are finding some good stuff in this shell mound. Glad we came. Not to mention the pile of coppers that we lined our pockets with before we got here. Alright, I finally found my second piece, and he's saying there's potential for it to be the tip of a point. That's cool. Keep adding it to my relic display case here, or ancient artifact display. We're gonna do a tailgate wrap up. We'll start with Nick found some more stuff, but it's at his house already. The epic Yale lock that you got, and what else? You got some good glass bottles.
Yeah, a couple inks.
The ink wells, yeah. But his epic metal finds that he just picked up at this new location we're at. He got himself an open works shoe buckle frame. Oh yeah, nice manganese one. So we leave that out. Oh yeah, it has the white mold seam too. Yeah, that's cool. Is that a Carter's? Oh, nice air bubble in that one. Beautiful. And he got himself a drape bus large cent as well. I picked up 3 coppers at one foundation, which is absolutely insane for me. I've only had one other 3 copper day. It was in that drained lake. One is a drape bus. This one is not quite as big, so it could be a half cent. It could be a drape bus half cent, but it's paper thin, so it could be also British. No clue what that one is. Just worn, I guess. I got a pocket watch, the bezel, the front ring, and the whole back is there. So that might be beautiful cleaned up, might not. I got a suspender clip. Did I already say that? Probably. A ring. One of those adjustable rings all folded up. I thought I had a 4th wheat penny. It might be in this pile of change, but there's 3 wheat pennies, pile of chicken nugget money, a rose tag, and then all the bottles that I took was the beautiful cobalt blue, and then the Father John's medicine. I have some of those at home, but they're written on the side. I don't know if that one's older or newer. It looks like almost like a crown top, sort of. Like. Yeah. And then all these native flakes that Nick found most of them. I found maybe like 4 or 5, but he was kind enough to give them to me. He said he didn't want them. This was the bottom to a point, potentially the top to a point, native pottery, and then half of a scraper. So those are the 4 epic native finds, but I'm going to put them in display with all this stuff around it. I think that's pretty cool. I don't find a lot of that stuff, so I really appreciate that. Thanks for inviting me today, and
thanks for coming down.
Had a blast. And
good job. Yeah,
and we're gonna probably be a year before I do it again, but we'll do it again.
We'll definitely do it again.
All right, see you guys. Look at that, there's Bambi on the road. Hi. Well, there she goes. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that episode. That was probably one of my favorite days treasure hunting ever, up there with Nick in Downeast Maine. Just some incredible property he put me on. Some awesome finds. The Native American history, you just can't top that stuff. I don't know anything about that stuff. I look for it all the time, barely ever find it, and Nick's he's a real pro at that stuff. Make sure you guys go check out Raven Relics 207 on YouTube. Big special thank you and shout out to Nick. Okay, we're gonna get to our channel member shout outs, and if you're wondering where I am this week, I am in northern New Hampshire, camping with the family. Beautiful river. Hopefully we'll have an episode coming to you from here, but the metal detecting just hasn't been that good, so maybe not. But anyway, we want to get to our channel member shout outs. We have 2 brand new channel members this week. We have a longtime supporter of the treasure hunting community, and that is Mona. Thank you, Mona, for joining the channel. Hopefully we're gonna have some more members only content coming out here soon, some of our family adventures and other metal detecting stuff. Next channel member is Robert Legendre. I hope I pronounced your name right. Don't know too much about Robert. I saw you join the channel. Just wanted to say a big thank you to you for that. And our good old buddy James Brown. He's in our Granite State Treasure Hunters Club metal detecting group, and a friend of ours. He digs with Jason from Dirty Digs a lot, so make sure you guys well, they don't really have any content for you to watch. They're not content creators, but they do have YouTube channels. But big thank you to Robert, Mona, and Jim Brown. And we're going to see you guys at the next adventure.